Hello, welcome to another episode of Trek in the Valley, the non-encyclopedic Star Trek The Original Series recap and rewatch podcast. Every week, myself, Adam Ordall Quinnell, and my co-host with the mo-host.
Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Al Hirt here. What's up?
Mr. Al Hirt. And I tell you what, gang, we get together and we discuss an episode of something related to Star Trek.
Yeah, now we can say that.
There you go. We're not the non-encyclopedic Star Trek The Original Series recap and rewatch podcast. We watch fucking Star Trek, dog. And every week we discuss some episode of Star Trek. We talk about the episode we talked about last week in a fun little segment. And then we pitch you some sort of video game or television show or something else that we watch or play or listen to that you should be aware of. Because, you know, you listen to us recap an episode of Star Trek and the first thing you think is, God, what do those guys listen to? But yeah, so welcome. And we start every episode. Al, you said, how's it going? I'm assuming everybody listening answered very good. We're surviving the fires again.
Yes, another one here.
Yeah, there's a fire that popped up. Very scary stuff. But the Trek in the Valley studio is safe and sound in our undisclosed location off Auto Row. And we like to start every episode out with a little segment that we call... What does Al remember? What do you remember about last week's episode of Star Trek, Al? What was the title?
The title of the episode. The Farthest Star?
Beyond
the Farthest Star.
The Farthest Star. And what do you remember about it?
It was, I guess it was like a twofer episode where it was some issue happened and then we saw like a really cool spaceship, right? And then something else happened with the planet and having some spirit, and then it just like segued into that. It leaned into the spirit thing.
A ship pulled them into a supernova.
Yeah.
And when they went through the supernova, they were in a backwards.
No. That's this episode.
What?
Yes.
Oh God!
I know they both.
Holy
happen.
Shit, dude!
And the show starts and ends with an episode about them approaching.
The Enterprise finds a deserted starship orbiting a dead star.
A dead star. That's what it is.
There
so they figured nothing's going on, right? They're zipping around out there, zooming around
out there, looking at stuff.
And the coolest part of the episode was when they encounter this ship that has like a bunch of holes like punched out of it, and it was like this like alien
bug ship.
Yeah, and it looked like it had a bunch of pods or something, and like it looked like a plant just laying out in space. And then they go into the plant-based ship, I guess. Because it's like
the impossible ship
and not with plates.
The plant-based ship. It's the impossible ship.
Yeah, right.
Like the Impossible Burger.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they go in. Then they think something's a trap, but something is trying to get in, and it's like some spirit. And the way me and Adam refer to it, though, I like, I keep in tone with more of the, what's it called? It's more like a Jack the Ripper thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like the spirit, a bad spirit or something's trying to take over the ship.
From A Wolf in the Fold.
Yes, that's right. And the spirit takes over the ship or the entity or whatever. And then what does it make it do? Doesn't it shut off its like life support?
So they play
exactly that part.
So how they get first off, the Enterprise yet again possessed by an entity.
Oh, of course.
And how they get rid of the entity is they play a game of chicken with it, basically. Mm-hmm. They are going to crash the fucking Enterprise into the dead planet. Because they make it look like they're going to crash the Enterprise into this dead planet, and then the spirit thing just bails and gets attached to the planet's gravity.
Right. But what we were so confused about too, though, was that, I guess he was just going to be abandoned either way. But we were like, I mean, I guess he wouldn't die, or the entity wouldn't die. If
It's just gonna chill
Enterprise
there.
crashed, it would have just sucked onto the star anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, they thought that, like, if I was that entity, I'd be like, fucking do it, bro. Dude, like, fucking do it, dude. Crash into the super dense collapsing planet, dude.
It was like a Corbinite maneuver,
right?
Kind of deal.
Kirk using these stares down the barrel of fucking destiny and doesn't flinch.
The entity's like, damn, bro, you're psycho.
It was like, help me. No, I'm so lonely.
I take everything back.
I killed a bug ship 300 million years ago.
Yeah, and he was just using it as bait, I guess, for somebody to look on.
I think it's funny because I imagine that the scientists would be like, yeah, the interesting thing about this ship, it looks like a plant, but it's actually a fucking bug. Would you believe that this ship is actually a goddamn bug? But yeah, so that was what Al and Adam, I gave a little assist there, even after knowing fucking not even what episode we were talking about. That was Beyond the Farthest Star.
And that's what they kick off the show with.
Yeah, that's the first episode of the series.
Yes.
And so we fucked up and ended up having too much fun talking about the original, the animated series.
Ones.
Because what we were planning on doing is we finished the original series and we're going to do Next Generation at some point. But we said, we're not ready to do Next Generation yet. I have to do some work on the studio and do some other things. And we were just kind of dragging our feet because we wanted to keep talking about the original series cast. And so we were going to just do like a top 5 best of list of these animated episodes. And then that turned into, well, now we're just going to do them all, but now they're all fucking out of order. So last week we talked about the first episode of Star Trek, the animated series. And today we are talking about the ultimate episode of Star Trek, the animated series, the Counter Clock Incident.
And I mean, we kind of gave away the beginnings here.
Yeah, well, spoiler alert.
And they run into something. Like, that's pretty much how this other one starts, too. And it's kind of like a game of chicken, too, where they're nervous they're going to crash.
Zooming around out there, checking stuff out, being scientists.
It was pretty fitting, though, that it started and ended with an issue of them just counting down when they're going to crash into something. So
right?
I think Spock counts down again, too.
Dude.
Which will be pretty funny.
Nice little bookend on the series. Goes out the way they went in, almost crashing into something. And so, one other thing that I want to mention about the animated series on Lower Decks, right? The first officer Ransom, was like, he said, he was talking about Kirk and them, that era, and he goes, God, I love that TOS era. And somebody goes, TOS era, and he says, yeah, those old scientists.
Yes.
And now I whenever I see Star Trek, the animated series, I think those animated scientists, because that's what they are, ladies and gentlemen. And it's a good episode. The synopsis from, first off, this episode aired on Saturday morning, October 12th, 1974, baby. This is the last episode ever of this series, but we're definitely going to go back and do more in the next few weeks. And the synopsis from Paramount Plus is: the Enterprise tries to save an unidentified ship plunging into a supernova, but is dragged into a universe where time runs backwards.
What?
I would say that's
fascinating.
Oh, there we go.
And I got to use the soundboard more because we're gonna
put a lot of work in it.
Well, and the TNG soundboard is fucking legit, dude. I'm very excited.
Okay.
We get our amazing opening, and we always we pause it and shit, so it's not really a watch along, but just if you're a new listener, which how could you be a new listener 104 episodes in or whatever?
Who knows?
But yeah, no, we like you if you are. It's just like, where did you come from, and can you bring 100 more of your friends? But we have the episode up on a screen in the studio, and we just kind of shoot the shit while it plays. I'm impressed with this opening every time.
Yeah.
I never skip it when I'm rewatching the episodes. The way the Enterprise just zooms across behind the title credits and shit. I love it. And the opening title shot that's like, it's like where it says Star Trek produced in Norway or whatever, and the shot of the planet and shit, that looks so key. It looks just like the title cards that we loved on the original series. Like, my favorite thing about the title cards for original series, like whenever they did a title card on the original series that wasn't the title superimposed over a rad planet, I was bummed. Like when they would do them on the planet, like over them walking around on a dumb planet looking at plants.
The hand one, the one with the hand grabbing the Enterprise, though, that one's pretty good though.
Clutch, yeah. But that's a shot out of a.
That's true.
Yeah, you know. Also,
the music of the intro too is really good.
The Saturday morning version of the Star Trek theme song.
I like the it's catchy, you know, it's very to the point.
My notes for this are so fucked up. I watched it like 2 or 3 times and I thought I had the notes in order, but I don't. So they're going to Babel. And
yes.
Al, what do you know about Babel?
But I have no idea. What do you mean?
It's the planet where they're taking Spock's parents.
Oh.
They're all going to Babel because there's all these different languages, like the Tower of Babel. And they're going, it's like a diplomatic mission where they're going to settle a peace treaty or something.
Oh, so it's just like a big gathering? Yeah,
Babel is like a planet where people go to fucking figure shit out. And the Commodore, so there, and Kirk is basically ferrying the Commodore and his wife, who was a science officer on the first warp-capable ship, which was the first Enterprise.
That's right, yeah.
So this Commodore guy and his wife were both on the original crew of the Enterprise. He was the captain, and she was the science officer or medical officer.
Which would be Captain Archer now, and then whoever the science officer was in Enterprise, right?
Well, yeah. Holy shit! I just realized that now. Yeah,
too. It's pretty funny. This was technically the first iteration.
It just says "fuck you, Archer, you dumb shithead."
I mean, that's how it goes, right? They never knew this show was going to expand to this.
They didn't know.
There's no way they'd predict that, but still.
Kirk is blowing smoke up everybody's asses. He's like, "Oh, Commodore, you were great," and "Oh, Pam, whatever this lady's name was, you were groundbreaking as a member of the first crew." And she's got a flower that's dying, and it's like got a lifespan of only a few hours, and it's like an old lady with a dying flower. Are kids gonna pick up the menopause, the fucking menopause reference? It's just such a weird animated series kind of fucking thing.
It's also a symbol though of like how she is just also doing science officer things and knows all about this plants and stuff.
Yeah.
And she's into that and is just carrying it around for some weird reason.
Well, yeah, because she wants to have it. She wants to look at it. No, she wants to watch it
die.
She wants to watch it die. She's like a sicko.
She's just a seedling.
I think she's like the Commodore's wife is like a fucking sicko, dude.
Especially at the end too.
And the thing that I hate about this Commodore guy is he just wants to fucking work. And I hate that. He's like, "I'm 74. Mandatory retirement age is 74. I don't want to be retired. I want to keep working until I fucking die." Like, I don't get it, man. Go to a holodeck and chill. We know you got him in the animated series. I found my notes. They're on their way to Robert April is the first captain of the Enterprise here, Commodore April. They're on their way to look at the Beta Niobe supernova, which looks like a delicious donut butthole. Did you see that?
Yeah.
The delicious,
like dust.
Yum yum donut butthole. Then they're looking at this most beautiful thing in the universe on their way, and basically because Kirk was present when the star first started exploding, and so that's why they're coming back on their way to Babel. It's like a symbolic thing, but then suddenly there is a thing flying. How often is it that there's just all of a sudden a thing flying at the Enterprise? every other episode. And Spock is saying that the speed at which this thing is working at is warp 36.
Jesus.
And the Commodore's like, no. First off, the fucking voice acting for the Commodore is off the charts. He sounds decrepit. And it's voiced by James Doohan. And he's like, no natural phenomenon could travel at that speed. And Spock's like, I believe it is a ship, not a natural kerjigger.
Yeah, but they're all just questioning and freaking out like, wait, who can build a ship that fast? Spock's like, yeah, we don't know, but it's still approaching.
These fuckers are just like, how do we get a ship that fast? Yeah, that's all the fucking they're Federation cares about.
Stuff. We can write this in our report.
They're basically the Borg. They just assimilate whatever they find into the Federation.
Yeah, but it takes longer because of like news, like reports and shit and bureaucracy.
Yeah, they don't have a nano tube that just zaps into your fucking face. So they finally get a hold of, they hit it with a tractor beam and it just starts pulling them. Like, yeah. And it now it's warp 32.
But come on. 36, yeah.
Come on now. So warp 32 is so much faster than how fast the Enterprise can go that how are they not just immediately shredded to biscuits? like they can't.
Space and time.
And this lady is talking.
Yes.
Now we see a lady. She looks like okay, so we've talked about this before. The company that made this show would go on to make the original He-Man show in the 80s, right?
Uh-huh.
And so many of these fucking characters look like He-Man characters. This blonde alien lady that's talking funny looks so much like Tila or somebody from the original He-Man. It's just bonkers, dude. I love it. I never knew. That's why we have to do all these episodes.
They're just trying them out,
That's why we have to do all these episodes, because we're gonna see another cringer. We're gonna see Adam from fucking from He-Man on some planet, and so it's an alien language, and they say that the woman is speaking in the same universal language that we speak, but she is speaking in reverse.
Fascinating.
Yeah, and what is it? Kirk doesn't even question that. He's just like, yeah, let's just play it backwards.
Well, here's what I don't understand.
Instead of being like, what's going on? Why would it do that?
Like so many episodes of Star Trek that came out before they had figured out how much Uhura fucking kicks ass. Like, she's one of the greatest linguists in the history of Starfleet.
Yeah.
She not only would be able to hear that and immediately identify it as backwards universal language, but she would know what was said. Like, she could hear you speak any of 500 alien languages forward and backwards, and she would know it. Like, that's something that they really suss out in Strange New Worlds, and obviously they didn't know that shit back then.
Of course.
But like, she's like, they make her out to be like, when Beckett Mariner from Lower Decks goes back in time and is on the ship with the Strange New Worlds cast.
Yeah.
She's talking about Uhura like she's one of the most brilliant minds in the history of Starfleet. And she's like, didn't know that it was a backwards. Come on, come on, those animated scientists. She says, I'm on a priority message. You got to release my ship or I'm doomed. That's what the message was that they played backwards.
Yeah, and then Kirk was just like, open communications.
Tell her to stop.
Tell her to slow down.
She said, I can't fucking slow down. And he's like, tell her to
I don't believe you.
Right? And now they're at warp 11, which is way faster than they should be able to go. But just the idea of something going warp 32 and them being pulled behind at warp 11, they would all just explode.
We were talking about the movie, I think, the third one or the second one where they're trying to catch up to some ship. Sulu's like, Captain, the shell of the ship, it's peeling off, and they were going at like warp 9 or 10.
Yeah,
and
I think 10 and 11 is like the super fast.
So yeah, you're right. They would be at red alert, I would think, or at least at lower deck people, their feet would get warm.
Right? Yes.
Really funny.
And Kirk says, we gotta let go of the traptor beam. That's a flub. We got to let go of the tractor beam. I can't destroy the ship and 430 people to save one person. God, they love telling us how many people are on the fucking Enterprise.
Exactly. And it's an even number.
Mr. Sulu, release our beam, but whoops, can't release the tractor beam, of course.
And what do you mean, Sulu? And he says the controls are inoperative, so they're just doing a manual override, turn it on and off.
By manual override, he goes, do the manual override. And then there's a close-up shot of Sulu's finger like going, bloop, like touching one button.
Clicks one button.
One button.
That someone could easily slip on.
So now they're going warp 20. And again, not shaking to pieces. I'm just gonna assume that they're in the warp bubble. They're in the warp bubble of the other ship. It's cool.
Backdraft.
Yes, they're drafting it like in the film Days of Thunder, starring Thomas Cruise, where he played a guy that drove a mellow yellow car. He was a race car driver, and Mellow Yellow sponsored it.
Jeez.
So they are trying to break the tractor beam, and then they have to stop and change course like on a dime. And Spock is like, that sucks, dude. We'll have 42.85 seconds to correct course before getting sucked into the donut anus of this anomaly.
And he goes, how soon can we break? And he goes, well, we are going to warp 22 and rising, so
when we stop, we're going to liquefy. Like when we break, we're going to break. Like our bones are all going to collapse because it's too fast. And I love the design. Like, look at the fucking size of that ship that lady's flying.
It's massive, and it seems like it's just one lady flying it.
Yep. And so let's fast forward through. They do a countdown for 38 seconds. They're all getting ready because as soon as the tractor beam breaks, they're gonna kick the brake, whip around, and fucking like Dom Toretto, fucking from Fast and the Furious, just all ass. But this is great. So the alien ship is not destroyed because that's what was going to happen. So the alien ship was going to destroy itself when it goes into the Nova, and then that would break the tractor beam and they could bounce. But the Nova doesn't destroy the ship. What?
Yeah, and they're like still getting dragged.
And they're still getting dragged
Nova.
into it. And he goes, the ship wasn't destroyed. And the alien dude with the weird neck at the console that we love is like, apparently not, Captain.
The tractor beam is still connected to her.
Still increasing speed. They're going into the Nova in 30 seconds. This episode has a lot of Scotty crying about how he can't fucking control the ship as long as that alien lassie has us in tow.
And it's like the control room or the engine room's empty.
Like, yeah, he's the only one down there. Like, Scotty, do you have to sexualize everything, dude? Like, keep it in your fucking pants. Like, that alien lassie, like, dude, fucking relax, dude. And then we see the Commodore and his wife as his wife's flower withers and dies while they pass into the Nova.
And we get this cool like spinning shot of the bridge here, and you see Kirk hanging on for dear life along with the crew.
Holy shit, there's a great exterior shot of the ship too, where it's like all these explosions going around it.
Yeah.
And then instead of just like pulling the cell towards the screen, it like the camera actually pans over and they animate pulling over the ship and then pushing into the bridge. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, we're still alive. What they say is we're still here.
Whoa.
Oh, Al, describe what they're seeing on the view screen.
And so then as soon as it's very terrifying, really. It's giving like a Twilight Zone kind of vibe. But as soon as they look outside, it's like an inverted view of space. So instead of the dark sky and black sky or black space, I guess it's white
with white stars
and white stars.
It's opposite.
Now it's opposite.
White space,
black stars.
Oh, that's the name of a metal album. White space, black stars. And so they're in a white space. It's like an ink blot. It looks like a Jackson Pollock where he only had black paint, basically.
And it's just freaky.
I love it. And the ship is going backwards. What? Oh my God. Then before it goes to commercial break, it shows the fucking Enterprise is going backwards. What is going on?
Yeah, and all the shots too that they have from here on out in this universe is all inverted. So the ship's always going backwards, and they're like, how are we talking forward but going backward?
Their brain's kind of correct.
Yeah.
So like that's what they explain. they made it through the Beta Niobe nova. And Scotty says, well, we just had to learn how to run the whole ship again because the fucking thing's going in reverse, Captain.
Yeah, and all the controls are reversed. And the flower.
And so this is something I had in my notes, right? So she says, my flower has come back to life. And the Commodore, who presumably she served under as science officer and shit, right?
Yeah.
Is like, Captain Kirk has more important things to worry about than your fucking flower, dear.
Look
it's
outside.
Like, even in the far-flung future, men are still condescending fucking twats. Like, I'm sure Captain Kirk has other problems besides your flower, dear. And she's like, dummy. Before we entered the universe, it died, and now it's alive. So it's reversing in time. And what could that mean? Like, could you imagine?
Do they realize they're going backwards too at this point?
Now they know it.
Yeah.
And then she says she can feel it while she's holding it. She can feel the thing getting younger. Whoa. And then that means they're getting younger.
Yeah. And Spock just pretty much explains it from the get-go. He's like, it is not only the flower that is on board, Captain. And Kirk's like, wait, what do you mean? Kirk goes, or Spock goes, we're all getting older or younger. The chronometer is literally just spiraling backwards. And we've seen that happen before,
I love it when the chronometer goes backwards.
Like,
oh, shit.
Because they had the reverse time for, didn't they do it to like, for some convenience?
So many things.
And Kirk's like, all right, that fixed whatever happened. Let's get out of here.
They love
and
going.
We were just blowing our minds over the fact that they just controlled time.
In Star Trek, the ability to go back in time is only as convenient or difficult as serves the needs of the plot. If you really want to get them back there, you just start with, hey, they're back in time already. Remember that one? They're like, Kirk's like, we're in a routine mission to go back in time. What the fuck, dude? But yeah, so basically, they're in this backwards, and they're all getting younger.
And yeah, Spock immediately calls it, though. He's like, look, our brains are working in reverse as well. So,
they can understand her language.
We can talk to each other now, but, like, you know, sooner or later, we're going to start forgetting shit. And, you know, he says, I'll be the one that'll be able to operate this ship on eventually.
Yeah, they haven't got that far. They haven't put that together yet because they're still going to meet with this lady and her dad and her son.
Oh, yeah.
Which we're going to get into how fucked up this is in a second.
Trippy.
But basically, she was traveling on her side. In her universe, a supernova is a star being born.
Yeah.
So when a star dies in our universe, a star was being born in her universe. And
so the star dying is an explosion.
Yeah, well, in our universe, it's an implosion where it turns into a black hole.
Right,
that's what a supernova is.
It rips a fabric or whatever. The fabric of time.
It punches a hole in some fucking bullshit. Space. And so instead of burning up, she passed into our Star Trek's universe. And everything was backwards for her, right? So apparently it is possible to travel between these universes at the point of like a supernova, which makes me think like, why doesn't this happen all the time? Like people have been around supernovas. Shit just flew fucking flew right into that shit, and it did not bother them in the least. Scotty just had to figure out how to turn the dial the other way.
And at this point too, in space, we already have warp and all that shit. There'd be plenty of ways to predict when a star's exploding or, you know, a star's at the end of its life.
Yep. And that she puts it together, the blonde alien lassie. Mm-hmm. And then it's so funny. It's like a Facebook post because she explains what happened and then the Commodore explains the exact same fucking thing again, basically. Like, oh, now that a 75-year-old fucking man has explained it, we understand. Oh. So they're trying to go back through the nova, but they can't because it's a star now. It's not a being born like it was. So now they gotta just gotta follow her ship and figure it out. Well, they're all getting younger, which they haven't really addressed yet.
No, they think that they know that the chronometer is going backwards, but they don't realize that they're losing.
They don't realize how fucked they're gonna be. Yeah,
exactly. And they're technically still flying backwards too.
And her ship is flying the same direction it was in our universe, which is weird. And so now they're growing younger, and the Commodore's like, it pleases me if we stay here long enough, if I won't be the 74-year-old retirement age. Like, dude, take a fucking break, dude. You don't have to work. Like, this episode
seriously.
ends, spoiler alert, with him still 74, but the Federation is like, we're going to let you work again. Like, Jesus Christ.
No, it was funny that you said that because I remember more of the other point that he makes. We'll bring it up soon when we get there at the end about, working more and retirement age and all that.
Oh my God, dude.
But anyways, so they're all in the conference room trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yep. And so they approach this planet, or the planet where where Carla 5 is going to meet them on this planet, right? So the Commodore, Spock, and Kirk beam down to meet the lady. And this is where shit gets pretty fucked up, because we immediately meet a baby, and then we meet an old man, and then we meet Carla 5. And she says, meet my son, Carl 4.
Yeah.
And he's an old man. And because time is backwards, right?
Right. You start as an old man.
Okay.
And then as a baby.
You got it, right? And then that means that the baby in the cradle is her father, right?
Whoa.
Now, I need to pause this because... So, let me get to my notes in it.
Yeah.
So, you're born a full-sized adult man that's old. Like... So how did she give birth? So like she gave birth to a full-sized adult man? That's like, I watched this 3 times. Like, that's what happened. They don't explain a seed pod, or this lady years ago gave birth to an old man, like an old 90-year-old man who has now aged down to being only kind of old. And how in the fuck does that, like, Spock says your descendants are born before you, and then your antecedents are born after you, which is backwards. Your ancestors are born after you, but it's like motherfucker, that's not the most interesting thing about it, dude. The most interesting thing about it is, how is she not fucking split in half from giving birth to a 6'3", 90-year-old man?
Well, I mean, the old man could have, shrunken in size a little bit, maybe by 3 inches
Maybe,
or so.
yeah, but like
fetal position. I'm trying to imagine it too.
At least
really skinny.
At least Benjamin Button, when he's born, he looks like a Dobby, like from Harry Potter. He looks like an old like frog man, and then he grows into
like
being young, like old. But it's just so. It's ridiculous.
It's bizarre.
It's fucking ridiculous.
And he's like fully clothed.
I mean, he wasn't just born a couple minutes ago.
Right.
But he is.
No, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, so they show this rad photo of their solar system, and there is another nova that they could go to, right? And they're going to try to find another star that is being born. And let me see here.
So they kind of like lay over each other's star maps and figure out how to get to that place in their universe.
They're going to find where 2 stars occupy the same place, and they find a bunch of those. And then they're going to break it down where they find that there's a nova in both universes. Because they know where the novas are in our universe, right? So they're looking for where there are novas in both, and then they're going to encourage a nova to give birth to a star by sending Carla 5's ship into the nova and then exploding it. She won't be on it, of course, but so they're gonna just like pilot the ship remotely. And then they're going to use it to basically blow up and make the fucking thing do its thing,
and then jump through the hoop,
and end up back in the Forwards universe. And then in Act 3,
jump backwards through the hoop.
There you go. In Act 3, shit starts getting wacky, and fucking Commodore, dude, Kirk is like, are you glad we're going to get back to our universe? And he's like, that's fine. But for me, Jim, the only thing going back to our universe means is I'm going to have to retire and I won't have a career anymore. It's like, motherfucker, go eat at Cisco's dad's restaurant in New Orleans or whatever. Like, damn, dude, go hang out with Guinan or something. What the fuck?
Or go to that one planet where everybody has vacation and stuff and they bang.
Risa.
Ah, yes,
the planet
Risa.
where they all bang is Risa. That's Riker's favorite planet.
Yes.
So he's like, oh, we're going to get back and I'm going to be old and, oh, nobody gives a shit about me anymore. And so basically they're just going to head back.
No, and it's funny because Kirk, I just was reading a line on the screen when you were zipping through it. Kirk was like talking to the other lady, Carla 5, right?
Yep.
He's like, hey, do you know if this is going to work? She goes, I'm going to be honest. I don't think so. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm not sure.
But so you can blow my ship up.
Yeah.
Right?
Like, I'm in the right universe.
And now...
It's kind of like, I don't give a fuck what you do, but...
This is where shit gets extra wacky. Because the crew is now too young to operate their stations and such.
Yeah,
they're
Kirk
all
gets
like, "What am I
younger."
doing?" Like, Uhura's like, "What am I doing?" And Sulu's like, "Where am I? What am I? I'm baby."
Yeah,
like
and Spock's
Sulu
like,
is
"Oh,
particularly, and so Spock is going to be cogent for the longest because he's a
Yeah.
Vulcan, so he's older. Young, there we get a young design and a younger voice of everybody.
Yes,
and
it's great.
Spock's like, Kirk, you're gonna get too young as well.
No, it's great because Sulu gets young immediately, right? Babyfied.
Yep.
And Spock's like, oh, that's right. Sulu, you are the youngest. So you're going to be out first. And then he's like trying to count down everybody's age and like figure
Look
out
at Kirk
who's going
now.
to get younger next,
Yep.
you know? And they like try to take them off the positions. And then, yeah, all of a sudden, your favorite character, Commodore Scab.
who's now like 45 or
Yes.
whatever. He's like, Mr. Spock, as long as I'm aboard, I am senior officer.
Spock's like, okay.
I hate to pull rank, but you will be capable of command only for a few minutes, not long enough to complete the maneuvers necessary to take us home. And she's like, Robert, we're the only adults on the bridge. So
Yeah.
basically, the Commodore and Spock
Whoa.
are the only ones who are able to do jack or shit anymore. And we get to see a young version of the guy with the arm in his chest. I fucking love that. That they spent on that. This episode was expensive. They needed young designs for all the characters.
And they had to keep going because they regressed, you know?
Yep.
And Spock's like, look, we got to get out of here because sooner or later, I'm not going to know how to fly this ship.
Yep. And they go through the sparkly butthole universe
Yay.
hole and they make it out. There you go.
And the way they celebrate, right? They're all very excited and stuff.
Well,
And-
everybody's babies.
right. But the issue is that, yeah, the Enterprise crew, they're all a bunch of babies. And it's a really funny shot. that
Very
it
funny
backs
shot
into
of them
the
all
crew.
eating their thumbs and
It
stuff.
reminds me of Babalities in Mortal Kombat.
Yep. Or Muppet babies. It's like
Yeah.
Star Trek babies. So,
Oh, yeah, go ahead. I wanted to hear your take on this, too, because
there's so much that happens.
Yeah.
So first off, the Commodore's wife is like Patricia, I believe her name is. She's like, we can remain young and live our lives over again. And the Commodore, who's been pissing and moaning about this the whole time, is like, actually, what a blessing to be able to live one's life over again. If the life you've led has left you unfulfilled. No, Sarah, I don't want to live it all over again. I couldn't improve one bit on what we had together. So they're going to get old again, right? But this is what's fucked up. So they just, you know how sometimes, particularly in these old Treks and shit, they just like gloss over the most fucked up, heinous science of it all. And like, do you remember how they make them all regular age again?
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't they just go through the transporter and they like age their cells and then put it back in the transporter?
They have...
That's disgusting.
Hold on. They have a copy of them in the transporter from like the logs. And so then they're going to use that to age them up. And it's like, but does that mean that the clone... does that mean the thing that... So are they going to kill the baby? They're gonna kill the baby. The baby doesn't exist anymore, and then they replace the baby with this backup.
They hold the stem in the space, the brain stem, and then they just like age it and expand it.
I think they kill. I think
slap the body on.
I think they kill the young version and then just replace it.
And then like what? They'd have some muck or something from the what is that called? The food, the compensator.
Yeah, the replicator.
Replicator. Yeah, they just use replicator gunk to just make more matter and stuff.
I don't know how they.
And heart and veins and shit.
I think they kill the young version and replace it. Now, does that copy remember any of this mission that happened? Like, it's so fucking weird. And they just throw it in at the end. They're like, "How, Commodore? What are we gonna do?" He's like, "Well, we'll just put them all through the transporter
easy
peasy." It's like, well, why don't you do that every morning when you wake up so you live forever?
No, and also,
hey, why don't we do that every morning when we wake up so that we fucking live forever?
And why doesn't the medical bay? Aren't they just like, hey, you broke your arm? Go back and check your last copy. We'll just fix it.
See, that's what I'm fucking. That's why I love this show.
I never really thought about that, but I was more fucked up though about the fact that you're right. I only remember the part really about the Commodore being like, you know what? I love you so much, baby. I don't want to do it all over again. And that like really stuck with me because I turned to my girlfriend. I was like, oh, that was very sweet of him to say, right? But then it's funny to hear throughout the whole episode, he's just like, oh, fuck. If I was a captain again, that'd be so sick.
I don't want to retire.
Yeah, and he's always talking about retirement age and shit. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck that. I'll just be old.
But then at the end, he's like, I'm gonna be old. But then Captain Kirk goes, hey, and don't worry, I bet we can get Starfleet to look over the fact that you're 74 and still let you fucking work. And
he's like, hey, you did save us, right?
Something else I want to mention. Yeah, age doesn't make you useless. Something else I want to mention. You know who's fucking 96 years old? Jean-Luc fucking Picard, dude.
Oh yeah.
And he was 96, and I mean, he wasn't really serving at that time, but he did all of the Picard adventures in the show Picard when he was like in his fucking 90s, dude. So I don't think Starfleet is like all bent on that retirement age in the current era.
They could give him Borg enhancements.
Oh, dude, you haven't seen Picard, so I'm gonna shut up. But let's just say there is a Robo Picard.
Oh my god,
it's fucking good though.
Dude.
No, dude, it's good. It's real good.
Right.
The Picard was a good show. The third season wasn't great, but the first two seasons were very good.
The one thing, and you've recommended it plenty of times, is Beyond Strange Worlds.
Strange New Worlds.
Strange New Worlds, excuse me.
And Star Trek, what the fuck is Discovery? But Strange New, like, you kind of have to.
That one's like the big one a lot of people have been talking about.
I think you could, what I would recommend is you watch this first season of Discovery, because that's where they introduce the Strange New Worlds cast.
Yeah.
And then you start Strange New Worlds from there, and don't watch the rest of Discovery until whenever you get to it.
Yeah.
Because like it really serves to set up Pike, and oh my god, they're so good. Anson Mount as Pike is so good.
Okay.
But yeah, so that is what did you think of this episode then overall, man?
This was definitely let's see, I'm trying to think like ranking in terms of the episodes, because it's just, I mean, it's all like the same. It's cartoon TV and stuff, but it was
hard to be too critical of a children's cartoon.
Yeah, right. But it's definitely one of the better ones. I think it's up there with Yesteryear and the first episode. It's actually, I think, slightly better than the first episode, and due to the fact that like the plot is still engaging and exciting the whole time. We were just in such an awe into that spaceship that whole second plot of the entity taking over the ship was like same old.
Right.
But I think the best part is just the fact that they're flying backwards, or like the wide shot of them and realizing that the Enterprise is they're all babies, and Spock is like, oh shit, Sulu, that's right, you are the youngest. I guess you would age youngest first. Just like him realizing that and just going down the line.
Yeah,
that was exciting. I like that. And then let's see, in terms of animation too, that a shot of the ship rotating into the supernova was pretty dope. And
how it pulls up over and then they reuse it because
of course. It's a beautiful shot.
If I was the animation director, I'd be like, let's get that shot in there a couple more times. Yeah, reverse it, flip it, reverse.
That was like the other episode where they go into the cloud. Don't they? They don't go reverse into the cloud. They just go.
They just
into
go
the
straight
cloud
into the
again.
cloud. But it looked very similar to the cloud the
Yeah.
Romulans follow them into, where the ship gets possessed.
Yes, it does get possessed. But this one did get possessed. I don't know. It was just exciting. It was funny too with the old couple.
Oh, dude, I just hate.
I don't know.
I
thought
hate
it was
people
impressive that
the
he
whole,
didn't take.
Look,
not immortality, but just. I mean, I thought his wife was gonna be like, "Hey, but I mean, we could
If I was
extend
her,
our beautiful lives, right?"
if
like,
I was
what do
her,
you
I'd be
mean?
like, "Hey, motherfucker, peace out. Like, I'm gonna go serve on a starship.
I'm gonna go run laps at the gym.
Yeah,
like
I'm
gonna
just.
go
She
work
just
out.
gets cut.
Yeah,
Like-
I'm gonna use my body.
Like, what's the fucking point? What's the fucking point of living in a post-scarcity society if you can't just fucking chill after you've served the Federation for 50 goddamn years?
Yeah, maybe his logic too, though, was like, I don't want to show
It's not
that
go-
I'm super young to the Federation. Maybe they'll be like, "Hey, where's the supernova at, dog? Like,
Nah.
can we fly in it?"
It's
No, but I don't think he was thinking that much of it,
No,
ahead. Because
he
like,
just-
what was it?
I just can't believe that, like, dude, just you could have just been young and then
I
not
know.
like didn't have to go back to the
You didn't have to do the same things.
You
still
could
had
just
your
have a
memory.
new life.
Yeah, right.
in
Like
post-scarcity. So
could
you
pick
could
up guitar.
you could go climb. You could go climb in Yosemite like Kurt.
Yeah, you have your rocket boots.
You could
You could live to see
Have
the
your-
next crew of the Enterprise.
Remember when
You see your
Spock?
grandchildren age.
Remember when Spock had the rocket boots on and he flipped over and shot straight down, and it was quite literally one of the dumbest goddamn things we've ever seen in our lives.
Yeah,
I loved
we've
it.
seen a lot of shitty Star Trek, but that
loved it.
was
Love it,
that
love it,
was
love it.
probably one of the top tier.
Yum 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 yum. That's
No,
what I
but
want.
Yeah, it was crazy. I almost had forgotten that he was so committed to Starfleet, that Commodore, until you mentioned it at the beginning of the episode of just like him
It's
constantly
every
repeating.
fucking thing that
He's
when
just
he's
like, oh,
when
I
he's
wish
not
if I was captain again, we'd figure this out. And
When
then
he-
he's like, hey, we're all young. I'm going to be captain again.
when he's not chiding his wife for talking about a flower. What a fucking asshole.
He's like, hey, there's more important things going on right now. And then that flower is literally how they
Explains
figure it out.
everything. And he should know that from serving on a ship with her and living with her for
science
70,
officer.
50 years. So for me, I loved it. I love the voice acting on this one. I love the background in the negative area. I really spent way too much time thinking about how an old man is born out of a middle-aged lady. The Commodore is very sad about retirement. Just go relax on the holodeck somewhere, you fucking idiot. They should have just absolutely stayed young but retired. I even wrote in my notes, you live in a post-scarcity society.
seriously.
You fucking just get out of there.
Go have fun.
They're gonna use the transporter to make them old again. Oh my god, that shit fucking like, there's two big things that absolutely wrecked my brain in this episode.
Could you imagine? We're like, oh, we're missing Scotty's files.
Right? And then they
Like,
just got a
is
Scotty
there any
baby.
hard drive anywhere?
They just got a Scotty baby
Yeah,
that's
right.
gonna just like be raised
Grow.
by the Enterprise now, by the Enterprise crew. It's like, are you on Scotty babysitting duty? We have
Yeah,
to teach
right.
him about the warp drive.
They just raise him in the engine room, and that's all he knows. He's
And-
like an ultra Scotty.
I like how she's like, the trip into the negative universe gave this flower a second life, and it gave all of them a second life because they got to see what it was like to be young again.
Just like us.
And that is the counterclock incident. Now,
Dun, dun,
Al,
dun.
what are you listening to right now? What are you going to recommend?
Oh, yes. There is one album that did come out finally that I recommended last year. It was Knock 2, No Limit. It finally came
Ooh.
out. I actually only liked 4 songs.
Oh, no.
But it does, it's appropriate. I don't know. It's like, it's a time and place kind of thing where it's like not really for me. I don't know. It feels weird to say this. And it's funny too, though, because it's like, I feel aged, you know? It's like, it's meant for high schoolers, or, it's meant for like a younger audience because he's just trying to capture that. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, like, it's electronic music, it shouldn't matter.
It should be for everybody, dog.
Right. But it's like, I think
Should be
I don't know,
ageless.
I
Should be
feel-
timeless.
Yes. Yeah. It should just, be, connecting to everyone. But it's just like, I don't know. I think I feel my age a bit where it's like, oh, I kind of know what he's trying to do here and there. It's only when the artist is trying to do something completely different or like doing some trap. Oh, and then So it's just when he's trying to do something else other than that house music that he always usually does, it's his bread and butter. He's really good at it. Someone like described it perfectly online, where it's like it's very high energy, very pumping music. He uses like R&B, like 2000s like lyrics, like cheesy stuff to just like hype up the crowd, inspire stuff. Like what is it called? Bumpin' is I think it's a Sierra song. And like he had to probably get permission from that to use this, whatever. Anyways, but the best songs on there is he has this one called Selecta, and it's like just this drum and bass jungle kind of thing, just nutty distortion music. And it's just like him trying these new genres that is probably the most exciting part. So yeah, you should definitely listen to it though, just for the sake of it. It's called Knock 2 No Limits.
Excellent.
But yeah, I'll have to show you after.
So two things. I still really dig this show, High Potential, that's based on that French show that's got the lady from Always Sunny in it. And it's on ABC, I think. And we're watching a new episode of that before we recorded. That's really good, High Potential. And I've been trying to get into this band. They're the people who did the intro to the anime Dan to Dan.
Yeah.
It's this band. They're called Creepy Nuts. They are fucking bonkers, dude. Like the Dan to Dan is like this really goes hard fucking dirty like rap song.
Yeah.
And then a lot of their other stuff is like very poppy. Like it sounds like ska, or it sounds like just regular pop music, but it's like got this Japanese kind of rap over it. And then they sing a little bit. It's wild. So I would say get into High Potential with on ABC. And check out Creepy Nuts, and particularly Otonoke. That's the theme to Dan to Dan. But God,
what's crazy about Japanese groups too, though, and bands, is that like they're able to just take these influences, and fucking nail them.
Yeah, dude.
Like fucking nail them, and then they add their little twist to it too. That's like also juicy. Like I always think of the music that was produced for what's it called, JoJo's Adventure.
Yeah,
like the intro for Golden Hour or GoldenEye.
Yeah, dude, they're best.
That one's nuts.
Their JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is so fucking good. I gotta rewatch that. But yeah, so that's it. I don't know what episode we're talking about next week. It'll be a surprise. Yeah. It'll be a surprise. Do all the stuff in the bumper. Thanks for listening.
Thank you so much, guys.
Check us out next week. Bye.
Bye.
Trek in the Valley is executive produced by Adam Ordall-Quinnell and Al Hirt. Theme song by Al Hirt. Recorded by Adam. Mixed and edited by Al. Check the show notes for our socials, and you can email the pod at trekinthevalley, all one word, @gmail.com. Like, subscribe, review, and always explore strange new fucking worlds.